We are not talking about being healthy, because the opportunity and the promise of the journey is the opportunity to access our best physical and energy levels, not only for ourselves, but also for our families. You know, the way, and we are going to talk about this, the way we are passing it forward is extremely important, because we are the message. We are the product of the product. Do you really follow the good nutrition advices? Are you feeding your body the good nutrition? Are you taking regularly the supplements? I'm taking every day the supplements, all the Herbalife supplements, plus a lot of supplements that are not in Herbalife, because I study and I understand what is contributing to the longevity, what is contributing to energy, what is contributing to health, okay? Hydration. Are you hydrating yourself every single day? You know, actually, it's very hard to drink 2 liters if you don't monitor it. And it's such a easy habit, but sometimes we are just not paying attention to it. So, physical activity. Are you paying attention to the physical activity? Are you active? Are you moving? Do you love the movement? Because this is something you are going to teach. This is something you are going to broadcast in your circle of influence. And you think this is happening only in the first months? No. Who of you have family members that didn't start on the product yet? They didn't start yet on the product. Who has family members who are not Herbalife customers yet? Who told you, no, I don't want your products? I want to see the show of hands. You want to tell me that the rest of you have absolutely every member of your family and extended family as customers? No. So who of you have people who said, I don't want your products? Okay. Maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. But you need to know they keep looking at you. They keep looking at you. They keep seeing if you are keeping your promise and if you are living the life you promised to teach them. What type of food you eat is very important. And it's especially important in front of your organization. It's especially important on public meetings. It's especially important when you meet with your family. You know, so of course, each of us has some favorite food. Each of us have sometimes want, especially Indonesian food is a very good food, you know. But then you need to understand that actually through your behavior, you represent an example of behavior, an example of knowledge, an example of what you preach. And we were laughing with my friend Farhan the other day, because somebody was having a picture talking about he's very fond of wellness, but in front of him was 2 bottles of beer and 3 big hamburgers, you know, and we were laughing, you know, how can you say that you are adept of wellness, but this is what you show, you know? And I would say that sometimes if you really want to do something which is not very healthy, do it alone, do it in your house. Give yourself this pleasure. But we need to be conscious of the fact that our behavior speaks loudly than our words. And our behavior as health coaches is very important. We are becoming our family coaches. You know, every time I'm seeing obese children, I know that this is not the problem of the children. This is the problem of the mothers. This is the problem of the families. And sometimes your children are going to hate you for that. I remember, so I have a principles. I don't drink and I don't judge anybody. Everybody has his own preferences. I have my food weaknesses, you know. But I don't drink Coca-Cola. I don't drink carbonated drinks. For some reasons, I have a problem with that 100%. And I told to my girls, I said, listen, I don't know what you do when you are not at home. When you are by yourself and with your friends, you can do whatever you want. But I know for sure that in my house, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy you the bad drinks. At some point, my older daughter, she was like 12 or 13 years, she told me, when I will become 18 years of age, I'm going to go to McDonald's and I'm going to buy myself 20 hamburgers and 20 packages of fries and I'm going to eat them. And I was telling you, this is what you do. When you are going to be 18, this is what you are going to do. But as long as you are in my house, you are going to eat the food which I give to you. And sometimes this is very hard, you know, for the children to understand. But when they were a little bit older, like 16, 17, they were saying that we are the only people who eat veggies. From all their circle of influence and friends, they were the only people, the only children who were eating vegetables. The rest were eating only fast food and junk food. Today, these are girls that know how to cook healthy. They will know how to take care of their families. They will know how to take care of their children. And they are leaders in their community in whatever it means to have a healthy lifestyle. So what we do with our children, yes, you can clap for that. Whatever you do, you become your family coaches. My conversation with my parents is very strict. I said I have a great respect for my parents, you know, we owe them forever. But I told them this right now, of course, I'm taking care of them and helping them in many ways. I say, the only thing I need from you, I need you to religiously eat the products, consume the products. Because your only job now is to stay as healthy as possible, as long as possible. As part of my family, you as elderly parents, being healthy, help me to do what I have to do. Because if you are getting sick, I need to interrupt anything and I need to take care of you. So my parents religiously eat products every single day as a part of their job of being healthy. And only when we have the knowledge, only when we have the products, only when we have the tools, we can provide this thing for our family. If you look at our family dinners or our holiday dinners, we have all healthy food. We don't cook traditional, some of the important traditional Romanian dishes just because they're very unhealthy. So we will always do a healthy version of a traditional food, or we will just have healthy foods. And this is how we translate it to our friends and family. Whoever comes to my home, they know that I'm not cooking breakfasts. If you come to my home, even if you are not a Herbalife customer, you are going to have shakes in the morning or you are going to stay hungry. And it's not a question of me not being a good host. It's a standard that I set for myself, for my family, and everybody who is coming into my home. You don't like eating a healthy shake in the morning? Okay, you can choose not to visit me. But I'm not going to cook an alternative breakfast for you because the tradition of my home is like that. I don't tell you that you need to do like that, but I just want to show you that actually we as distributors are responsible for what is happening in our family, and we can make a huge difference in that. One of the important things, when is somebody in the beginning, and this is a very good message for your new distributors, but I will tell something to you. This is a very good message for everybody right now who wants to have a kick in their business, is the changes in the way you look. Because you need to always ask yourself, how do I present myself? And you know, we talk very much about today, and by the way, the Gen Z in the audience, the Gen Z. We say, oh, today we cannot be in the suit and the tie. Today is a completely different dress code. I agree with you. Today is a different dress code. But being smartly dressed is always making a difference. Because you have only a fraction of a second to make an impression. And when you meet with a new customer, even if you have casual, but you have your very beautiful national clothes, but then you can be in national clothes, really nicely dressed or not nicely dressed, correct? So imagine yourself that you want to tell with somebody about the club, and you tell him, come, because I will teach you how to be healthier, how to be more beautiful, how to be in a better shape. But you are looking clumsy. You are not nicely dressed. You don't have the attributes of a successful or a nicely dressed person. I am telling you, whether you are 19 years old or 90 years old, this is making a difference. And for the new distributors, and especially for those of you who are new Volt teams, because here we have the people who made 2,500 volume points in the last 4 months or 6 months, and maybe you are the first time qualified at the Volt team level. Please check this out. Did you also progress in the way you look? Because imagine, people know you overweight, without any type of energy, maybe a little bit sick. And then you go to them, they tell you, no, I don't want your product because I don't believe in you. But 5 months later, they accidentally meet you. You didn't only lost weight, you look nice. You take care of your face. You take care of your accessories. Your clothes are not wide and bad, but are looking really nicely. And then this person is meeting you, they're shocked, because something as simple as taking care how you look like makes such a big difference, especially a little bit longer in the day. Now, I don't know exactly the specific clues in your culture. What does it show that you are properly dressed? But you know them, okay? So let's commit after this meeting that everybody is doing a breakthrough. It's raising a little bit the standard about how we look. So in a very short period of time, people will look, I don't know what to think. Something changed, and something changed for good. Some of them will start on the product or in the business because they are envious. They also want like you. Some of them will do that because they are more inspired, but you will have an impact no matter what. So dress appropriately for every occasion, even if you go to the club, and if you go to 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning in the club, make a habit to always look smart. You don't need to wear expensive stuff, but you need to be dressed appropriately, and people can see your figure moving around, always composed, always nicely dressed, with nice looking skin, nice looking clothes, nice looking hair when it's appropriate. And this is going to be a big difference. Visible changes you can make very quickly. You know, visible changes. Of course, this is more appropriate for European culture. I couldn't find the pictures for your culture, but you understand the message, yes? Because some of us are looking like we have been sleeping on our head for the last 3 months, you know? And maybe we need to a little bit arrange our hair, and this sometimes can have a big impact, fast, by the way. Okay. Another thing is digital and social media cleanup. In our days, the social media is a documentary, is a live, real-time documentary of our lives. Some of you just started in the Herbalife business, and maybe you have a history before Herbalife. Do a cleanup of your digital history. If what you were doing before is not consistent with what you are promoting now, take those pictures out. Because if you promote the healthy lifestyle, but on your Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, 10 months ago you have different pictures, then those are not going to help you promote and project an image. It's important that you have a proper name. When you have an account in Facebook or in Instagram, do your proper name or the name of your club so people can recognize, you can build your brand. It's extremely important to have only pictures that represent you. And I was always teaching my girls, I was saying, listen, the problem with the internet is that you do something many years ago, and now you cannot erase that. It lives forever. So make sure you never post on your accounts pictures that you will be ashamed of 5 years from now. And they listened to that advice, and you know what, right now, anybody who wants to interview you for a job, they have special people who are looking in your social media. They want to see how you party, they want to see how you behave, they want to see how you interact, and you have a digital print in your social media. So right now, it's very good to clean up everything that's old and inconsistent with your message, and whatever you post now, you post things that are helping you advance your message, because you have a message. I am somebody who can help you feel better, look better, and be more successful. How to have fast changes. Now, this is a very important thing. And I cannot emphasize enough on how important this is in our industry. And I think this is one of the biggest opportunities we have in this life, because we have the possibility to transform ourselves fast. And we can do it through our nutrition, and already in 90 days, we can have a big difference in the way we look. We can do it through our image. One visit to the beautician and one visit to change our clothes can change a lot of things. When I started this business, I didn't have money, guys. My parents had a little bit of money, but you know, this was their money. But I know how to sew. You know what it means to sew? I know how to sew. And I was sewing myself the clothes. And I had only 2 skirts, yeah? And I had 2 blouses. I had one pink blouse and one white blouse, which was gifted by my mother. And I would wash my blouse in the evening and ironed it in the morning, but every day I was looking like $1 million. I didn't have a lot of clothes, but nobody knew my wardrobe. I was making sure every day I'm looking properly and seriously. So your image, your clothes, but we need to change our brain. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And we need to change our skills. And about skills, I'm going to have tomorrow special training, because in the end of this training, I want you to have a checklist with all the skills you need to build and to learn if you really want to succeed and advance in this business. Okay, so I said that one of the most important things that we need to change is our mindset, is the way we think. And I'm a psychologist, you know. Psychology was always, for me, my passion. And I was always interested in human behavior. I was interested to understand why people behave in one way or another. Why people sometimes are doing stupid things. Or what helps somebody when the odds are so little to actually be a winner. And one of the things that we need to understand is we all come into Herbalife with some mental patterns. These are preset programs and beliefs which we are actually, which 100% influence how we behave and what we think. And it's a very important thing, because your programs and your beliefs are going to determine the way you think. And I give you an example. If your belief is, I'm too stupid to have, or I'm not educated enough to have success, do you think this is going to influence your thoughts or not? Yes. Your thoughts lead to feelings. If you think that you are not educated enough and you cannot have success, your feelings will be of fear, of doubt. You will shrink inside. Your thoughts create actions. So when next time you need to act and to do something, you will hesitate. You will procrastinate. You will not have the courage. And when you don't act, you don't have the results. So your beliefs are extremely important. And we live on a daily basis based on them. Then who is influencing our beliefs? Parents. This is the biggest, they are the biggest formators of our beliefs. School, religion, culture, society, they are all implementing our programs. And I want to give you an example. One of the programs that have been implementing in my education by my father, it was this one. I cannot does not exist. Only I don't want exist. So he was telling me that every time when I'm saying I cannot do something, it's actually I don't want to do something. So can you imagine what a good belief this is to actually being perseverant in life, you know? But some of us receive other belief. You are not capable to do anything because, and you fill the blanks. A lot of you know that because we have so much of this from our family. For example, in Romania, in our culture, we have a belief. I don't know how it's in Indonesia. It's so interesting so many times to compare that. Is that money is bad. Do you have this belief in Indonesia? That money are dangerous. Money is bad. To want to have money is bad. Can you imagine how difficult this is to overcome if somebody has a strong belief? We have a saying in Romania which is following. I hope I don't offend anybody. They say the money is the eye of a devil. We have a saying like this in Romanian. Can you understand how much this type of a belief is an obstacle when you want to be successful? You understand? So we need to understand that we carry all of this. You cannot. You are not capable enough. You are not smart enough. You are a woman. You are a man. You're too young. You're too old. You're not educated enough. You know, all of these beliefs, how limiting they can be for ourselves. But what it's important to understand that when we are little, we don't have a choice. We are like computers copying what our parents tell to us. Thank you so much. But when we are adults, we can. And what I say, transforming our mind is actually seeing these limiting beliefs and working with them. One of a big limiting belief which can stand in your way of operating, in your success here in Indonesia, is, and this is what I got from talking with the people from corporate team. They told me Indonesians take no as an answer. If somebody is telling you no, you stop. In sales, this is impossible. In sales, you need to learn how to go the next step after somebody is telling you no. This is helping, this is learning how to handle objections. And one of the ways to handle an objection is that somebody is telling you no, I cannot start the products now, I don't start the products. You ask them, not start the products now or not start the products ever. This is one of the ways to handle the things, and then you can expand from there. So one of the things which are important for you culturally to learn, that it's actually okay if somebody is telling you no, to ask some extra questions, not to contradict the person you talk with and become rude, because maybe this is rude in your culture, yes? But to learn to ask extra questions, and what are these questions for your mentality, for your culture? This is something that you can educate, because if being shy, it's a natural quality or it's a natural trait in your culture, then learning how to be assertive, this is something which can grow your skills, something which can help you very much in the way to your success. Because when we grow up and we learn what are the good programs and bad programs, we can choose what we think and we can implement new programs. I had one of the programs I am telling you, when I came in Herbalife, is that if you are a serious person, you need to behave in a certain way. I was preparing to become a university professor. And that was meaning that I was to be serious, you know, and never smile. For me, it was so difficult in the beginning. I had to learn how to be a bit crazy in Herbalife. So I can do whatever I want, and I can smile, and I can dance, and I can jump, and I can shout, "Hello, Indonesia!" And I still can feel serious doing that, you know? So all of this is so important because we need to have energy if we want to promote our business. We need to create energy. And if you behave like this, we can never create energy, you know? So these beliefs, we can understand what beliefs are serving us, and we can understand what beliefs are not serving us. And can you imagine how powerful is this? That we have the power and we have the plan to change our thinking. And a very good example to change our thinking are the teachings of Jim Rohn and the teachings of Mark Hughes, because he's teaching us how to think, how to streamline our thinking for success. This is so important to understand what is not helping us and to implement new programs. Now, another thing which is also seriously can stay in our road for success is the absence of professional knowledge. But that's normal. You come here, you don't know anything about nutrition, you don't know anything about Herbalife products, you don't understand multi-level marketing, you need to learn about leadership, you need to learn about marketing plan, you need to learn about coaching, you need to learn your flow, you need to learn sales. There is a lot of things that we need to learn. And that's one of the stages we go through in Herbalife. Also, we need to understand that these are the challenges our distributors are facing. This is why it's so important to be dedicated to teaching our distributors, to train our distributors, because they are going to go through the same stages. Another obstacle for us is non-entrepreneur mentality. Now I have a question. Would you say that people in Indonesia are entrepreneurial or not? No entrepreneurial. Romanians are non-entrepreneurial. We don't have an entrepreneurial mentality. But if you take, for example, Turkey, everybody is entrepreneur in Turkey. For them, it's so natural to have entrepreneurial mentality. You know, that everybody is having a business, everybody is selling something, everybody is bargaining. So this is something which is very easy. So in the cultures that are not entrepreneurial mentality, this is really an obstacle. Low responsibility. You know, we have learned that you need to watch your place and you don't manifest initiative, yes or no? But when you are an entrepreneur, you need to manifest initiative because this is your business. And entrepreneurs mean do something. So it's extremely important for us to learn initiative. We don't have good income or self-managing skills. How many of you had an agenda, a diary before you came to Herbalife? How many? Honestly, except for somebody who was a manager in the company. You know, maybe one or two people, but nobody is you know, because you had, okay, so one person. When we come to Herbalife, our diary is a piece of paper where we write what we need to buy in the market, yes? The biggest things what we need, we plan is actually some things to do for today. But then you need to learn how to plan, how to have goals, how to make a weekly plan, a monthly plan, a yearly plan. And these are the skills that you have to learn. And when you don't have these skills, it's difficult. Or for example, bad income skills. A lot of us are used to spend everything we have. We have a salary, we receive the salary, we make sure we spend everything until the 15th day of the month, 2 weeks before we take the next salary. But when you are an entrepreneur, you need to learn not to spend money. You need to learn to invest money, like you invested money in this training. And a big, big, big clap for everybody for being present here in this training. Because you have made a smart investment with your money. Instead of spending it on something unuseful, you're spending it on expanding your vision and developing your brain. Okay, another thing is easy distraction. Easy distraction. Who has a problem with procrastination? Everybody has a problem with procrastination, even me. It's just that we learn how to deal with it. We learn how to fight with it. We learn how to combat it. And some of the rules is about how much exposure you have in social media. This is one of the rules. You need to limit the exposure in social media, especially for the young people, because hours and hours a day will go just mindlessly scrolling without doing the things. Now, for other people, friends are a distraction. For other people, family is a distraction. And you need to learn how to stand up to this. And this is developing your character, and this is developing your assertiveness and chasing your dream. A big one is average goals, attitude, and vision. I want to invite you in this company to start dreaming. I want to invite you to have bigger goals. And we are going to talk about this tomorrow afternoon a little bit more. But I want you to be able to change. And I don't want to say, okay, today you are in the beginning and you need to dream to make $1 million. Some of you would. I did. But just a little bit bigger goals. What if I can help my husband with the expenses? What if I can buy for my children something good? I don't know, a computer or better clothes, or bring them to swimming lessons, or bring them to foreign languages lessons, or whatever it's valuable for you. Try to have a little bit bigger goals, because bigger goals will invite bigger action. If you have small goals or not goals at all, there is no reason for you to move. One of the way in which you are moving, in which you are increasing your actions, and in a business, action is everything, is having bigger goals, wanting to achieve more than you have now, and daring to dream. Sometimes people say, oh, actually you can live with very little. Yes, that's sure. You can live with very little, but you live much better with more. And you can live much better. And this is, for some of you, this is such a foreign notion, but you can actually learn about it. Different personality type. Some is really energetic. Some is very shy and reserved. Okay, we need to bring ourselves to that right temperature, which is going to be beneficial for us when we work with our customers and distributors. So it's a lot of things to do. We have these opposing forces. I was talking about this in the morning, between the comfort and the habits, and success. Because they say that success is in opposite direction of the comfort zone. And you are going to experience comfort zone all the time, because comfort zone is exactly where you are supposed to be. Now again, psychology, again, science, I'm bringing back. Our brain was trained to keep us in the cave. Because if we got outside of the cave, we will meet the tiger. We will meet the danger. So for us to be in the comfort zone is natural. It's not that you usually are not in the comfort zone and then an accident, you are in the comfort zone. No, it's exactly the other way around. You are always in the comfort zone, and every single morning you need to take yourself out of the comfort zone. Every single morning we are taking ourselves out of the comfort zone. As a mother, maybe you want to sleep in the morning because you are tired. No, you need to get outside the comfort zone to cook for your family, to provide for your husband and children. Yes or no? As a man, in the morning, maybe you are tired. But every morning you need to get outside of the comfort zone because you need to provide for your wife and your children. So this is always a battle, and you don't expect that it's going to be easy. But what is helping you get outside of comfort zone is your goals, your visions, and your desire to succeed. Another thing which you need to understand, and that's, by the way, a message for everybody who was yesterday on the training, there is always a gap between action and the results. You will start doing what we learned yesterday, but the results will come in 6 months maybe, 3 months, 6 months. Also with everybody here, 90-day plan. You start 90-day plan for 60 days, nothing is happening. Most of us are terminating the 90-day plans after day 2. Today I start 90-day plan, tomorrow I finish it. But you need to act at least 60 days, 70 days until you will start seeing consistent result, because it's always a distance between your actions and your results, and you need to train your character, you need to train your attitude to resist until the results achieve. You know, we have been president team, we have been millionaire team for 9 years. It took us 9 years to become president team. And every single day, we kept doing what we knew we need to do because we were having patience, waiting for the result to come. And this is what is making a huge difference, to understand that it's going to take time until you will have the result that you want. This is why it's so important to go back to the training system. This is so important. You want to make the picture? Okay, this is it. Okay. This is why it's so important to be connected to the training system, because this is where you learn what to do and how to do and to grow your skills. And it's important for you to follow the plan. Now, in the next period of time, the leaders in your country are going to do changes, are going to implement more precision on the flow. They are going to tell you, listen guys, now we are going to start things a little bit differently. Follow them, give them credit, give them your trust, and help them together to bring your country to the next level. So, when we talk about laziness, procrastination, when we talk about comfort zone, this is where the promotions and qualifications are so important. Because the qualifications and promotions are the powerful powerful tool to trick your brain. The promotions and qualifications always give you a short-term reason comparable to your long-term reason. This is why, for example, one of the habits me and Sergio always had, for us, it doesn't matter what is the promotion. We are in. Doesn't matter. We are in. Why? Because this is our standard. Our standard, we take every promotion. Because our belief is, if the company is giving, it's a sin not to take it. Because when somebody is giving you something and you refuse, that's meaning that you are not grateful, and in the end of the day, you are going to lose. So this is our attitude when it's coming to promotions. There is a promotion. I don't care what is the promotion. I am in. Because I know this promotion is going to help me stay focused. When we were in the beginning of our career, and it was the vacation promotion, and who is long in the company, you remember there was this video, vacation, vacation, feel the relaxation, the ocean, promotion, don't forget your lotion. Okay, I was playing this video every morning. I was playing this video every morning because the qualification, guys, was 120,000 volume points in a year. 120,000 volume points in a year, 10,000 on average every month. And I really needed to keep my motivation high. So, but if you produce 120,000 volume points a year, can you imagine how many customers, how many distributors, how many supervisors? You're really building it. So the promotion is extremely important. You look at the promotion, you feel it's too high for you, doesn't matter, you're in. You're in doing it or try or die trying, you know, like they say. Even if you will do only half of it, it's going to be more than you will naturally do. So aim every time for the promotion because it combats laziness, give you goal and motivation. You cannot trust your trained brain to do nothing. Your brain is well trained to do nothing, so you cannot trust it. We need to trick it. Okay. Always ask, what is the next training? What is the next qualification? And I want to ask you, what is the next training? What is the next training in Indonesia? Do you know it? Do you know the qualifications? Are you going to be in the general audience or the VIP? How can you be in the general audience when you have the VIP? You know, there should be no general audience. Everybody should be in the VIP. Because this is making the whole difference. And we train our brains all the time. Through books, through podcasts, through courses, all the time we are actively training our brain. This is extremely important. This is why tomorrow we are going to talk about skills, about training our skills. And I want you to have this background in today's training. Yes, and I'm finishing here in a couple of minutes. I want you to train to have this frame and reference of why it's important to train, because tomorrow we are going to talk more about technical issues, yes? And I want you to be able to follow me and to be attentive. And this is something we develop throughout the time. You know, right now, I think I can sit through an 8-hour training, never falling asleep, if I'm interested. I am sitting through a long hours of training, focusing, because I need the knowledge, I need the details, and I know that this is going to serve me. So I want you tomorrow to prepare a lot of tea, you know, so we will expand. Now you need to understand one thing. Why are you in this business? What are you for? What are you for here? For freedom, for money, for helping others, for financial independence, for extra income. Now you need to understand a lot of people, and this is a mistake a lot of people are doing. They say, I'm here for freedom. But this is a mistake. Because when you have your business, you are not more free than somebody that doesn't have a business. You are busier. You start a business because you want options. Money gives you options. And then through options, you can have more freedom. Because you have a freedom to choose between an expensive car and a cheap car, because you have the money. So don't look to have more hours free, because more hours free are not coming with the business. You will have more things to do. You will maybe work 10, 12 hours a day, especially if you have a big project. But ask yourself, how can you make your life better? And how can you bring more options to your family through the money you are going to receive? This is an interesting conversation also, the part-time or a full-time. And you know, when it's coming to full-time people, there are full-time people and there are fake full-time people. Fake full-time people is the people who are full-time in Herbalife doing nothing. Do you know people like this? Guys, if you are full-time in Herbalife, you need to be full-time in Herbalife, not fake full-time. Because if you are full-time in Herbalife in terms of, I don't do anything else, but I also don't do anything in Herbalife, this is not help you. Better go and get a job. Better go and get a job. You will get more use of that. Because full-time is meaning that you clock in at least 8 hours of Herbalife business. 8 hours, guys. 8 hours of Herbalife business, meaning 8 hours calling people, doing advertising, doing sales, working with the customers, training your group. But if you really seriously look in, a lot of you are full-time and maybe you barely clock 1 hour a day of doing business. You are cleaning the kitchen, you are cooking, you are doing the dishes, you are going into the office and doing nothing, you know. You just take the tea for a walk. From this table to another table. What are you doing? I am walking with my tea. This is my tea. I'm busy. I'm taking this from this table. Oh, I'm putting it here. Hard work. Hard work. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh my God. Walking with your tea in the office is not hard work, guys. Walking with the tea in your office is just losing your time. So please don't be fake full-time. Be real full-time people. And here is coming the part-time people. Part-time is not part-time commitment. Part-time is double commitment. Because you give your best hours to a job from 9 to 5. You come to this business after 5 maybe, yeah? When you're already tired, then you already have been hit by your boss, then you already are disappointed, and you want in the rest of the hours to overcome everything you do in your job. So you have a job and you have what is average salary in Indonesia? $300 a month? $500 a month? How much? 300? 2 to 300. Okay, when I started the business, the average salary in my country was $15, 1-5. $15 was the average salary in my country when I started to do Herbalife. Okay, so $200, you work full months for $300, 20 days, 8 hours, yes? And when you come to Herbalife, and in the less productive hours in the evening, which are left for you, you want to make $500. Can you imagine what type of commitment you need to have in these 3 hours every day? Because a lot of people are saying, what did you do today? Oh, I'm part-time, I didn't do anything. Part-time doesn't mean that you need to do anything. Part-time is meaning that you do double in the hours that are remaining for you. That's meaning that you are not watching TV, soap operas. Do you have soap operas here? The soap operas kaput. No more soap operas. You don't know who fell in love with whom, who betrayed whom. You have no idea who disappointed whom. Yeah, because your life is filled with customers and distributors. You know how many centimeters who lost. You know how many water drink today, you know. You have a different type of knowledge. No more, you know, I don't watch TV. I can watch a movie, but I never watch TV because I don't watch news and everything. When we were really seriously building our business, we had my auntie living with us, helping with the children. And at some point because she's a very shy person, and she came to me and she asked me like, Rodica, do you think that we can buy a TV subscription? I said, what do you mean? I want to watch TV from time to time. I said, we don't have a TV subscription? And she said, no. Since when we don't have a new, since when we moved to this house? It was like 1 year ago. So for 1 year, poor lady, she didn't tell us about that. But I didn't have the TV subscription, and I didn't even know because I didn't have time to watch TV. So if you are part-time, you have double commitment. And Saturday and Sunday, you work. Because you want in the left hours to have more money than you have in your salary. So then you can step outside your job and be real, not fake full-time in Herbalife. You understand? So part-time is not an excuse, but part-time is a bigger commitment. Every new customer and every new distributor is a new project for you. Treat them as a new project. You don't sell the products. You sell the solution they are looking for. I don't sell you Formula 1, Formula 2, whatever else product. I sell you better shape, more energy, better looking skin. You want this, this is what you have. The same with the distributors. I don't sell the opportunity. I find out what they need in their life, what they are looking for, and I explain them how this opportunity is helping them to obtain what they want. It's very important to talk to people about their needs. Always build connections and relationships, and not only with the customers, but also with your sidelines, with your upline, with your downlines. Build good relationships, because relationships and communication are extremely important. Take care of every person. What is your distributor difference? Tomorrow we are going to talk about the future of Herbalife. And you will see that the future of multi-level marketing is customer-centric business models. We need to take care of each customer. We need to take care that each distributor is taking care of its customers. This is extremely important. What does it take to become a leader in Herbalife? This is a very often question I receive. You need to understand that even if you are an incredible person, your royalties will tell you what type of leader you are. And if you don't build an organization, you cannot build your leadership skills. This is why it's important to understand what are your needs, values, and goals. What is important for you? What do you want to achieve in this life altogether? I am here to invite you to dream a little bit, not what you want in this business, but what you want in this life. And I invite you to understand whatever you want in this life, you can have through this business. It's important to do the right commitment, to resist to distraction. It's important to organize your life and family. A lot of you are here women, and you have husbands, and you have children. Maybe it's a time to talk to the family and say, guys, I started Herbalife because I love you so much. My dear husband, you work so much every day. You don't see the sun because you want to help the family. Let me help you ease the burden. Let me help you bring a little bit more money for the family, so it's going to be easier for you. So I can take you to a vacation 1 year later because you haven't been in vacation the last 10 years. Talk to your children. Why are you doing this business? Ask them to help, to support, because many times the husbands and the children, they see that your attention is elsewhere, and they are afraid that you don't love them anymore. Explain them what everything you do for the love of your family. And ask your family to help organize, to clean the dishes, to wash the dishes, to wash the clothes, to clean the house, to give you more time so you can help for the dreams of your family. And also it means responsibility, because we are responsible for our customers and for our distributors. Work on your communication skills. I don't know culturally how Indonesian people communicate. I can only see that you are God believers. I can only see that you are very warm people. I can only see that you are very hospitable people, yes? But the communication is communication. We need to always work on our communication skills. Read books about communications. Take the best existing practices in your country, culture, and work on your communication skills. Because if we are good communicators, we can go a long way. We are going to have conflicts in our organizations. We are going to have rivalries in our organizations. We need to be able to solve them. Create and maintain a positive environment. Never give up on your dreams, and always lead by example. These are a couple of important mindset things that I wanted to share with you guys. Who got at least one idea from this training? A better understanding. Okay, take it into your business, take it into your life. Sometimes we are waiting for a revolution, but one idea, one concept, if we take from one of the speakers and put it in practice, can go a long way. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share my story, my journey, and my experience with you, and see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Wow!
Luar biasa
Thank you
Bu
very
Desi.
much.
Thank you very